So here we have the 4 inequality signs that exist. 2 with the equal attached to it and 2 without the equal. The 4 inequality signs. They express inequality. They express not equal to. Something is greater than the other. Something is less than the other. And if you take a careful look at it, it has an opening and it has a point. When you see the point, you say less than. When you meet the opening, you say greater than. Here is an example of one. Most persons might say this is the greater than sign. And the reason why they are unconsciously saying that this is the greater than sign because they are reading from left to right. So when you read from left to right, you meet the opening, you say greater than. And when it is in that direction, they will say, oh, that's the less than sign. And the reason why they are saying that, because reading from left to right, they made the point, they say this is the less than sign. But in math, you can read from right to left. That very same sign, if you read from right to left, you're going to make the opening, so you have to say greater than. So what is the name of the sign? Greater than or less than? What if you twist it like this? So is it the less than or the greater than? What if you put it so? It is the less than or the greater than? It is the inequality sign for greater than part and a less than part. Okay, and it can twist in any direction. All right, it depends on what you meet when you are starting with X. The letter X, because there's an X always associated to it, and you can replace the letter X with the phrase all the numbers that are. All the numbers that are greater than whatever, and all the numbers that are less than whatever. So you can replace the letter X with all the numbers that are. And that's the inequality sign. It's like an arrowhead pointing. And it always points to the smaller number. Eh? Always points to the smaller number. You see? The less than number. The inequality sign. So here's number 30 now. And it says insert the correct signs. What signs are there? 2 inequality signs pointing opposite to each other. Don't say greater than, and this is the less than. Don't, be misled by saying, well, okay, reading from left to right, and you are saying that this is the greater than sign or the less than sign. It depends on the direction that you read. The name is the inequality sign, 2 inequality signs, and the equal sign. And it always points to the smaller number. That's the rule. The point have to be pointing to the smaller value. So we have to insert this sign appropriately. 0.7 and 0.8, for example. So let us get an example like it. Number 30 example, the use of the inequality sign. So we're going to place between those two numbers the appropriate direction of the inequality sign. Bearing in mind, always points to the smaller value, and the bigger value will be in the opening, the greater than part. So we have 0.29, and we have an opening, and we have 0.290. Oh, well, 0.29 is equal to 0.290. So this is not an example of that's actually I. This is not an example of inequality. So let's do A. Okay. We are talking about 5.01. And we are talking about 5.016. 5.01 is clearly not equal to 5.016. One is greater than the other. One is less than the other. That the 5.016 has an extra 6 added, so it is the greater than. 5.01 is the smaller one. So the point have to be pointing to, have to be facing the smaller one. Okay, so you can say 5.01 is less than 5.016, and you can also say 5.016 is greater than 5.01. The use of the inequality sign. Let's do HI JKL, talking about 1.15, and we're also talking about 1.035. And let us decide in which direction the inequality sign must point. 1.1 and you have 1.0. 1 is greater than 0. So clearly 1.15 is greater than 1.035. That's like an 11 and that's like a 10. If you want to look at it that way. So therefore now, the point have to be facing the 1.0. And the opening has to face the 1.15 because the name of the opening is greater than and the name of the point is less than. So you can clearly see 1.15, you see when you start at 1.15, and what do you see? The greater than. So what do you say? Greater than. 1.15 is greater than 1.035. If you start with this 1.035, when you go towards the left, what do you mean? A point. So you have to say less than. 1.035 is less than 1.15. The use of the inequality sign.